So let me get this straight. Instagram wants me to grow my audience. They want me to get more views. They want to teach me how to do it. They're going to pay me for it, even if I'm posting photos. It all sounds too good to be true, but based on recent updates directly from Instagram, it might be real. Instagram might be good again. And we're walking through it all today. There's a lot to cover here and most of it is good. So I figured I would start with some inside information directly from Instagram on how to grow faster. They release their best practices on what to do to make their algorithms work for you. But in classic Instagram fashion, they only release this to certain users. If you're one of those lucky people, to find this, go to your professional dashboard, click in there, and you will see these best practices. But if you're like me and you don't have access for this information, don't worry, we've got you covered. We found an account with them and we're gonna walk through them with you here. The first section is creation, and they want you to create content that clicks with people. The first is a check-in, just seeing how often you've been posting, and then they get into the tips. So make creating reels part of your routine. Many factors go into growing followers, but accounts with the greatest follower growth rates create 10 or more reels per month on average. Instagram's always very cryptic, so I always look for the message within the message. And they're basically telling you that you should be posting 10 times at least for reels per month. So make that a major priority. They then say capture attention with photos. If you prefer creating posts, consistently posting photos and carousels can also help you get more reach, which can lead to more followers. Adding audio also helps posts get shown to more people. So they're basically saying whatever you're good at, continue to do it. And if that is static content and photos, you can still grow doing this. But a pro tip there, if you are doing that kind of content, adding audio can help get an additional push within the algorithms and get it pushed to more people. Make your first 3 seconds count. Share something funny, relatable, or unexpected at the start of your reel to keep people watching. That's nothing new. Having a good hook is incredibly important for any video. They're telling you that directly. The lesson that I get from reading that is that the watch time of the first 3 seconds is a major indicator. The fact that they said 3 seconds in particular means you should really focus on getting people past that 3-second mark. So make your hooks a major priority. And this is one of the biggest ones I want to focus on within this video. Check your timing. Reels that are 30 to 90 seconds get better engagement and are shown to more people. Reels over 90 seconds won't be recommended to new audiences. I can't believe they're not saying that more publicly. If your video is over 90 seconds, it's not going to get pushed to new people, which is absolutely crazy. I think that's really stupid, but knowing that is really, really important. If you're trying to reach a new audience, your content should be 30 to 90 seconds and not over 90 seconds in most cases, unless you're directly trying to communicate to your existing audience. If you want to reach new people, it has to be less than 90 seconds. Super important to know and make decisions based off of that. Then they tell you to try trending audio. The popularity of trends on reels and posts helps determine how content associated with those trends gets distributed. So continue to experiment with trends. They're saying trending audio is going to push the content, and only use relevant hashtags. We get so many questions, especially here at Flick, being your resident hashtag experts. And here is Instagram's advice for hashtags directly. Trending hashtags that are relevant to the topics in your reel or post help you reach more people who are interested in those specific topics. So Instagram is directly saying the right hashtags can help you reach more content, something we've been saying for years and continue to say. But the lesson here is to not use unrelated hashtags. So focus on relevance always when you're using hashtags, but using the right ones, especially if they're trending and your content is associated with it, will help you reach more people that like that kind of content. They are saying that specifically right here. So continue using hashtags, but make sure that they are accurate and relevant to the content you're posting. The next tip is to keep it high res. People tend to engage more with high quality content. Reels should have a minimum resolution of 720p and a minimum frame rate of 30 frames per second. Also very important information, you don't want your videos to look like they were shot on a potato or an old Nokia flip phone. So make sure it's HD footage, which is super easy to do if you have any relatively new phone. That's not a problem, but the 30 frames per second is good to know. If they're saying that's the minimum frame rate, although 24 frames per second is more of that cinematic look and feel, if they're saying 30 frames is the minimum, I would do that at least. And at the bottom of this section, they have some specific videos that they'll share with you on information that they've approved that they think is good advice to help you grow on the platform. So that is the first section with the inside information on content creation in particular. The next section is engagement, and we'll walk through that as well. So here they want to teach you how to engage your audience and keep people talking. The first tip is to focus on deeper engagement. How likely someone will be to watch, like, share, or comment on your content helps determine whether it will get shown to a larger audience. This isn't really anything new, but the lesson here is that early engagement from your existing audience really does matter, and it dictates how far a post gets pushed. Let's say you have 100 followers, and whenever you post a piece of content, usually only 10 people like it. If the next time you post 20 people like it, that triggers to Instagram that post is likely to be better received from a larger audience. So getting engagement and getting it early from your existing audience will help push content further. Make it relatable enough to share. If people see your content and think that's literally me, they'll be more likely to share it. Humor also works well to spark engagement and reshares if that's your style. This is a huge point of emphasis. The head of Instagram, Maseri, has said so many times that they really prioritize content content that is highly shared within their algorithm. So you want to create specifically to get shares. So make it relatable, make it valuable. Think about the things that you're already sharing and work the elements that made you share that content into your content whenever possible. Even better if you can make it relatable to who you're trying to target with your content and your business. That's only going to help Instagram refine who to show that content to after it does get shared. But getting shares and creating shareable content is the hack for growing on Instagram this year and beyond. Reply to comments within a couple days. Liking or replying to comments on your reels or posts can generate conversation and help your content continue to get more reach. So Instagram's tracking relationships here. And so by you using comments to your advantage, you get people to come back to your content. It builds a relationship and it's all good data for you to then show your content to more similar people. Massive pro tip when it comes to comments is whenever you reply to a comment, always try to make it a conversational reply. If you just say thank you, the conversation ends there. If you can ask a question, you can start a dialogue, and that's way more interactions, way more engagement, and more good data for you. So start real conversations within your comment section. You're gonna get a lot more comments and grow faster because of it. Tune into your audience. Comments and direct messages from others can be a source of inspiration for your next piece of content. Straightforward advice here, just listen to your audience. But the pro tip I would take from this is go look at other accounts that have a similar audience that you're trying to attract and see the opportunities for content within their comment sections. Especially as accounts get larger, they don't have the time to go through their comments. Things get missed and they miss out on opportunities that you could take advantage of and make content that could pop with who you're trying to speak to. And also don't be afraid to DM people. Instagram's constantly tracking relationships. So if you're DMing people, it increases the chances that those people will see your content again if there's a conversation there. And also definitely be open to feedback. Whenever people do interact with you, take advantage of that. Use the market research opportunity and see what they want that they're not currently getting in other places. That could be a massive opportunity for you to stand out. And then more watch and learn at the bottom. And the next section is reach. So use insights to maximize your reach. Understand how people see your content. Every piece of eligible content is shown to an audience we think will enjoy it, whether or not they follow you. As this audience engages with your content, it will continue to be shown to more people. So building off a previous tip, they're going to try to show your content to who they think will like it. Based on that feedback will determine who it's shown to and how many people it's shown to. So by understanding your audience, you can make content specific for them. They're going to be more likely to engage with it and make Instagram's job easier to show it to more similar people. Try posting when your followers are active. Many factors go into how people see content from accounts they follow, such as when people actually visit Instagram and how they spend their time once on here. So Instagram gives you data on this. We at Flick give you data on this as well. Try to post when most of your followers are most active. It's just going to increase the chances that you get early good data to your content, which we've already established pushes it to more people. So that stuff still does matter. Posting time does matter to a degree. Track long-term follower growth. Try not to be discouraged by short-term changes in follower count. I actually really love that they said that because things do change just like the seasons. Oftentimes people are less on their phone and people get discouraged. Take a macro look at it. Over time, most people gain more followers than they lose from sharing reels. Again, another focus on reels here. They're really saying that reels is the driver for growth and to look at a more macro point of view when it comes to your follower growth over time. Remember, it's normal for reach to vary. The order in which content gets shown to people is based on how likely people are to engage with your content relative to other content at that time. The tip in that is to understand that some posts are going to perform better than others, and sometimes that's from factors beyond your control. And all forms of content are competition for yours, because if people are really concerned with, say, the current election, that's taking people's time and attention for a short window. But as soon as the election is over, that's now a bunch of people that were consuming a type of content that no longer are. So there's so many things dictating variability of how many people are seeing your content. So expect your reach to vary and focus on the things that you can control while looking at things at a glance. The fourth section is monetization. I teased that in the intro that they're going to start paying you, and that is the case. Instagram is bringing back their bonuses where you can get paid for views and reach on your content, including static images. So let's read about monetization, best practices. Earn money while doing what you love. They'll first tell you if you're able to monetize on your account. Learn the ways to earn. As you grow and become eligible for more monetization tools, there are 3 main ways to earn: from fans, from brands, and from Instagram. Make sure that you're eligible. Know when it's time. The tip they give here is before you start to monetize, consider which ways to earn might be right for you. What can you realistically offer to your audience, and whether now is the right time to get started or not. So not a whole lot of tips here, but at the end of the video, we're going to walk through the changes that they've made to their bonuses program and give you the specifics on all the things that are coming your way, what you can expect to be making, and how you can actually make that money. So we only have one more section to go for the inside information, and that next section is all about guidelines. So learn what can limit your growth. And this is very important because a lot of people are making mistakes that stops them from growing, and they don't really know why over the years on Instagram. So they're trying to be more transparent as to if you're doing something that's stopping your growth, they want to let you know what those things are so you can stop doing them. So the first section here is seeing how you're doing. So they're going to let you know if you're violating any community guidelines at the given point. And then they walk into things to avoid. So make sure you're not sharing reels with watermarks. Having third-party watermarks on your reels may prevent them from being recommended to new audiences. This is kind of confusing in how they worded this, so I'll explain it a little further. further. It's not watermarks of any kind. It's watermarks from competitive apps. So if you're putting your logo on watermarks, don't stress, that's not going to limit reach. But if you're putting the TikTok watermark on your content or just taking it right from TikTok, still with the watermark, they're actively trying to restrict that kind of content. So obviously don't do that. The next thing they say to avoid is taking credit for content that isn't yours. Don't repost content that's already on Instagram. Once detected, it will prevent your content from being recommended. This change has been massive for Instagram, completely changes the game. Original content is now getting rewarded, and it's only rewarding the original creator. So gone are the day of repost pages getting all of the credit. If it's your content and you posted it first, you will get the credit for the content, which is massive news for original creators and huge for you if you're making your own content. And if you do post other people's content and try to get credit for it, it can limit your future content from getting reach also, even if it's original content. So definitely want to avoid that. Next tip is to avoid engagement bait. And they define that by content that misleads or directs people to interact with likes, shares, comments, and other actions in order to artificially boost engagement. It won't be shown to as many people. So from this, they're filtering through content to try to see if you're engagement farming or if you're trying to do tactics that are deceptive to get people to engage with your content, simply to get an artificial boost to get it pushed to more people. Key takeaways from this: don't spam call to actions like, follow, comment, etc. Instead, be more creative and authentic and create content that leads to those things happening organically. And this is really important to talk about because it's going to hurt you both ways if you do this. First, the algorithm is going to shrink how many people are seeing this content, but also the people that do see this content, they're so fatigued by people who are spamming them to like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. So it doesn't even help your content in general. And they're also saying they're going to specifically limit this content's reach. So definitely avoid doing that. Next tip is to avoid going against Instagram's guidelines. So sharing content that doesn't follow our recommendation guidelines or community guidelines may result in deleted content, disabled accounts, or other restrictions. If you've never read that, probably worth going through it quickly or even copying and pasting it into ChatGPT to get a summary. But most people who are posting on Instagram actively have never looked at that or read it at all. So probably a good idea to do that. Those are the latest best practices directly from Instagram if you're looking to grow on the platform. And for whatever reason, they're not accessible to everyone, but now you have them and implement them into your strategy on an ongoing basis, you're going to grow. The next major update that I wanted to get into within this video is the return of Instagram or Meta's bonuses. So I teased before that Instagram wants to pay you for your content, even if it's static content. And this is with the return of Reels bonuses. And this is just fresh off the press. This is new information. And so most people don't even know this exists, but I'm also going to share with you a link for where you can apply to this. They're planning on releasing it to everyone next year. Over the next few months, they're going to roll it out to 1 million creators per month is the aim right now. And this is all we know. Right now, we're going to walk through it together. So Facebook content monetization beta, simplify your earnings, monetize more content. And how do I join? It's easier than ever to earn money across the range of content formats on Facebook and soon to come Instagram. Simple to earn, we've merged in-stream ads, ads on Reels, and performance bonus programs into one, making it easier for creators to earn from more content formats. Amazing for photographers or static creators out there. Monetize more content, earn money on your videos, Reels, photos, and text posts. We're all surface. So you can see how different formats perform, so you can see which kind of content is earning you what kind of money. And they go on to say, get started with Facebook content monetization. Learn more about Facebook content monetization with Tom Allison, the head of Facebook. Here's the information they give you on monetization best practices. So here are ways to optimize your content for monetization. Experiment with multiple content formats. You can earn money on videos, Reels, posts. We talked about this, so try different formats to see what works. If you haven't already, start experimenting with Reels. Reels are the best way to get discovered by new audiences and grow on Facebook. Optimize your vertical video, make original content, tailor your content for your audience on Facebook and Instagram, and focus on engagement. And as I mentioned before, this is currently only in beta. It's being rolled out to people. So if you want to apply to this, you need to go to this page, which we'll share down below to make it easy for you to find. You can, once you get to here, you can click I'm interested, and it will bring you to the application page, interest form, and then simply go into here, provide your email address, your Facebook account URL, your other social media accounts, and then you can submit your application to potentially be one of the first wave that gets access to these features to start making some money from whatever kind of content you're posting on Facebook and Instagram. So that's linked down below. If you want access to it, go fill out the form as soon as possible to get in this beta and start making some money from what you're already posting. Those are all the recent changes. I think most of them are good. It's amazing that you're gonna be able to start making money from your content, even if you are a static creator. So go join that beta. We've linked the form down below, and definitely take the time to rewatch this video for the best practices. This is information directly from Instagram. It's basically telling you exactly how to make the algorithms work for you and to grow faster. If you have any questions after doing so, please let us know. We work with Instagram all the time and are happy to answer any questions that you may have about how to build the best strategy to get what you want from Instagram. And that's really why this channel exists. We want to help you make more money and grow your business through social media, and Instagram is a massive part of that. So if you ever have any specific videos that you want on Instagram or other platforms, platforms, you let us know and I'll make those videos. And if you're new to Instagram or you just started a new account, watch this video right here. I'll help you get those first followers and get your account growing and do so in less time. So go ahead and click this. I will see you over there. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.